Alright, so this is going to be my part 2 to our question and answers. My camera batteries actually died, and then Emma wanted to eat, so I had to go feed her, and then now she's in her swing over there. And where's her swing? There she is. I'm trying to get her to take a nap. I don't know if it's going to be successful, but she didn't take a very good nap today, this afternoon, so I'm trying to get her to take a little bit of a nap. Okay, anyways, continuing on. Do you drink alcohol when you go out? And if so, do you pump and dump? If not, do you know someone that does? I do not drink alcohol. Never have. Not my thing. Not interested. So I don't pump and dump. And unfortunately, I don't know someone that does. So sorry if you were looking for some tips there. Did you or Emma ever get thrush? No, we never had any issues with any kind of mastitis, thrush, any breastfeeding related anything. We've had everything go really well. Are you trying to chime in, baby? How was your recovery from birth, and were there any complications? I didn't have any complications with my birth. I did have an episiotomy, and I had a 2nd-degree tear near the urethra. I'll put the link to my labor and delivery vlog if you want more details on that. But my recovery was actually very, very easy. I bounced back really quickly. I didn't have any issues at all whatsoever with that. Who are your favorite YouTubers or vloggers? I have a couple different people that I like. I watch a lot of people actually, but some of my favorites are Morgan over at Modern Mommyhood. She's such a sweet girl, and I've actually got to know her pretty well from vlogging. Mabel is actually only 2 days, sorry, this sounds kind of crazy, is actually only 2 days younger than Emma. So we kind of have a lot in common there. I like Brittany and Baby. I love Candid Mommy, Lauren Layton, just to name a few, but those are kind of some of my faves. What kind of diaper bag do you use, and can you do a what's in my diaper bag? Yes, I will do a what's in my diaper bag video, and I also will do what's in my pump bag video, because I think some working moms out there would find that helpful. We have a Carter's Cozy Dot diaper bag. Let's see. Will you let Emma get her ears pierced when she is older? Yes, absolutely. I actually would pierce her ears sooner rather than later. My husband does not like that idea. The reason why I would rather do it sooner is because I don't want her to like be old enough to know what's going on and like play with it and help and get infected. When you do it when they're young, they don't know. It's so much easier to just like take care of and clean versus like when they're 3 years old. What age will you let her wear makeup? Haven't really thought too much about that. Probably 12 or 13. I mean, not full-on makeup. My parents started letting me wear makeup when I was 12, but I could only do like foundation and blush and lip gloss. And then as I got older, then they let me do more. But probably in that same age group. Who do you think Emma looks more like? She definitely looks more like her dad, and she has her entire life. Her entire 6 months of life. She's starting to look a little bit more like me though. I can start to see more of her features now that she's kind of like growing. I can see a little bit more of me and her than I could before, but overall she definitely looks more like her dad. How does your family and husband feel about you making YouTube videos? My husband actually doesn't care. He thinks it's just fine. He doesn't have a problem. He's not a super like outgoing or social person, so he would never like do a vlog himself, but he doesn't mind being in our videos. He is perfectly okay with it. My family, most of them don't, I mean, they know that I'm on YouTube, but I don't sit there and like have conversations about my vlogs. Most of them just check out my videos for like Emma's monthly updates, that kind of stuff, but I don't really put our family in the videos too much. And if it's videos that I have that it's, you know, like things like an events for my nieces and nephews, I usually set those as private videos and just share the link with immediate family, just because I don't want to like overstep my boundaries. And I know some of people in my family wouldn't feel comfortable with having all of their kids stuff online, but I mean, for the most part, they are all completely fine with it. Do you plan to take Emma to a public or a private school? My husband and I actually both attended public and private school. I attended public school from kindergarten to 5th grade, and my husband attended from kindergarten to 6th grade. And then we both went to the same private school. I started in 6th grade, he started in 7th grade. And so we both have had a taste of both. As far as what we would like to do with Emma, ideally we would like to put her in private school, the same school that we went to. It's a pre-K through 12 private Christian school. We had just an amazing education there, and we love the school, and it's affiliated with our church, and we just absolutely love it. So that's ideally where we would love for her to go. Do you plan to have more children and when? Yes, absolutely. We plan to have 3 or 4 kids in 2 to 3 years. What birth control are you using, if you're using any? I am on birth control. I started birth control when Emma was about 7 weeks old. The first 3 months I did the mini pill, and then now I'm on Tri-Sprintec, which is just like a regular birth control. Where do you work? I don't share where exactly I work, but I do customer service, inside sales, and inside sales support. So I get that question a lot. Where do we live? We live in Minnesota. I've said that before. Beyond that, I won't share specifics where we live just because of privacy issues. That's just not something I feel comfortable with. Last question for this person. What kind of music do you listen to? I am like all over the board when it comes to music. Mainstream things, I love Britney Spears. I like Katy Perry. I love a lot of like weird things too. I love Tyler Ward, and he does like cover artists, and if you have seen my video of Emma's newborn pictures, he sings the song that's on there, and I've actually had a lot of people ask me what that song was because they loved it. I listen to a lot of Christian music. I love Britt Nicole, Hillsong United. A new band that I really like is a band called For Queen and Country. So that's kind of what I like to listen to. Did you get the baby blues after Emma? No, I did not get the baby blues after Emma. I didn't have any problems with postpartum depression. I was just so over the moon, in love with her, and I have just a great support system around me, which I think is so key. My husband was home and just was so helpful, and I think that's a huge part of it. What ethnicity are you? I already answered that. Breastfeeding. When you nurse, how long does it take you, and do you offer both breasts? Yes, I do offer both breasts when we nurse. When Emma started nursing, when she was younger, we would nurse for about a half hour, 20 minutes to a half hour. She would do like 15 minutes on each breast. Now that she's older and she's a pro nurser, she nurses in maybe 10 minutes. She does like about 5 minutes on each. Just kind of depends. In the morning when I have a higher milk supply, she nurses for a little bit longer, but throughout the day, that's usually about how quickly she nurses. How long have you been with your husband? My husband and I started dating in 2002, so this year it'll be 10 years. We are high school sweethearts, and yeah, so it's been a long time, but we have been married for 4 years. How do you find time and energy to vlog? I don't know. I don't know how I find time and energy to do very many things. It's hard to squeeze things in, but I love vlogging. I love connecting with all of you guys, and you're all so sweet, and you are so just like supportive of our family, and it's just something that I kind of like enjoy to do, so I try and make time for it. It doesn't always work out that way, but it's something that I like doing, so I feel like when you like doing something, you kind of just find a way to do it. I was wondering, where do you guys live, United States or Canada? We live obviously in the USA. We live in Minnesota, which I just said. Do you wake up in the middle of the night to pump? I do not wake up in the middle of the night to pump. Missy Moomoo's, you okay? You fighting sleep, aren't you? I do not wake up in the middle of the night to pump. When I first started nursing Emma, I would like have leaky boobs all through the night, and I was just so tired. I never really woke up to pump, and then at that time she was nursing, you know, still throughout the night. And then once she kind of got to a normal schedule, my milk just kind of regulated itself. And do you hear her laughing? She's actually laughing at herself. My milk regulated itself, and now I really don't have that problem anymore. So I don't wake up in the middle of the night to pump. Isn't that the cutest thing? If you follow me on Facebook, I had mentioned that she just started randomly like cracking up at herself when she's by herself playing or sitting somewhere. It's the cutest thing in the world. Is Emma sensitive to anything that passes in your milk, such as broccoli causing gas or something like that. She is not sensitive to anything that I have eaten. The only thing that we ever had was then when she was still just on breast milk, and she, I started to eat cherries in the beginning of the summer, and her milk turned, or not her milk, her poo, this is kind of TMI, but her poop turned from like yellow seedy mustard to a green color, which usually is not a good sign of anything, but she didn't have any other like signals. And I ended up having to call the nurse line because it was kind of concerning because that had never happened. And I did some research online, and they said that that could be because like cherry is like a diuretic or something. And I also talked to my pediatrician about it, and she said, yeah, that probably was something that just caused it to change. And then she also said that sometimes bacteria can build up in your intestines, and it'll catch that and just kind of clean itself out. So that's really the only like thing that we had. But no, she's not sensitive to really anything that I have ever eaten.